What's up, Duke fans? Jay Lucas here with Jared McCain. We're going to break down some of his film from the year. He's one of the best freshman guards in the country and just get his perspective on why. All right, Jared. First, we're going to watch some of your drives and just talk about some of your finishing. You know, a big part of what we told you, you know, when you got here and some of the things we wanted you to do, a big thing in college is playing off 2 feet.
For sure.
You know, in high school, it's not as big. What has that meant to you here early, just from your growth from your first game to where we are now?
I think I found out real early that you can't go off one, especially in the early games. I mean, it just gets either swatted or taken away from you. So playing off 2, having balance, it's been huge for me in these past few games.
Yeah, you know, the one thing with playing off 2 feet, like right here, you know, it's just the defense in college comes over so much faster.
Yeah.
So it just gives you that vision and that power to finish. What was the one adjustment, like, you know, playing Pitt rather than playing like a Charlotte or something? What was something that you saw that really made you really buy into it?
Probably just the length. I think the length gets like crazy when you get to the basket. I mean, Pitt has the 2 twins that are like 7 feet, so I know I had a shot fake him, come off 2, and make the read off that because the length is way larger in college.
Right, and you know, part of it being a smaller guard, what some people would consider that, is just your creativity.
I'm a big guard.
I got you. Your creativity when you get in the paint. Mm-hmm. You know, some of your pivots, some of your shot fakes. Have you always had that, or is it something you've developed since you've been here? You know, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think I've always kind of had it. I mean, since high school, I feel like I did play off 2, but it was definitely easier to play off 1 also. So now it's more like it's off 2 almost every time. Unless it's a wide open layup, which doesn't happen often in college. So, but I think it's something I've always had.
You know, one of the things that you've done a really good job of is you starting with the initial fake. I think it's one of your best weapons. Since you shoot the ball so well, people have to react to your shot fake, especially on your drives, to open up the drives and create the drives. I think it's, you know, one of the best things you do that you've developed throughout the year. And then you're rebounding. I mean, you're rebounding, I think, for a guard under 6'5" since '08 is one of the best ever since then. You know, with rebounding, is something you always done, or kind of what is it? And you know, for us, we were smart enough to figure out here, I guess recently, to let you crash offensively and not get you back.
Thank you.
And it's really made a big difference for us. But what kind of, have you always had a knack to rebound, or what's kind of your philosophy in that?
I feel like, I mean, a lot of guards on offense don't really crash. A lot of coaches tell them to get back. So I'm able to kind of, like with flip and marker, they're blocking out people, and then I'm able to kind of roam and just kind of get the ball. But I kind of credit my soccer legs to carve out some space.
Soccer legs. I like that.
And my big thighs, you know what I'm saying? I'm just big bone, big body, big guard. So I'm just able to carve out space to block out and get rebounds.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's one thing it's really changed. I mean, it's really changed our team, and some of the plays you've made, just like this, where you can rebound. And one of the best things we always talk about is guard rebounding. When a guard can rebound and push the ball to create offense for himself and for others, it's a big key to getting great shots, especially early in the shot clock. And then, you know, you made some of the biggest plays here recently in these games down the stretch, where you really came up with some big offensive rebounds that have kind of, I mean, changed the game for us. You know, actually, and then we'll kind of get to these clips, but you know, one of the things that really happened in the Clemson game, you know, you had 2 of the biggest rebounds I think I've seen in a while, where you kind of came back behind Hunter and kind of took the ball, and it changed the whole game for us. You know, I thought it was one of our defining moments so far. You know what I mean?
You guys for letting me go to the offensive boards.
Yeah, you know, it's coaching. We get there eventually. And you know, then you're passing. You know, I think as the season's going on, you develop a little bit more ability to pass. You know, I'm trying to say it in the nicest way. We ask you to score a lot.
I'm not Michael Porter Jr., but
you're close. But you know, you've done a good job, at least, of getting in the paint, and part of playing off 2 feet, when you can't score, is able to make the right read. Exactly.
Have more time for
it. And you know, the one thing that we've done with you, you know, that I didn't see you do a lot in high school, but putting you in ball screens. You know, putting you in ball screens and the reads you've been able to make, and you've gotten better at this, like this pass to flip, you know, hitting him when he's open. I think that's one of the things you've also developed and unlocked a new part of your game. Another one, getting downhill, like we said, playing off 2 feet. You know, the way we shoot it this year with our guards is something that's really big. So
that play, I remember that play, Sewell.
Yep.
I heard Sewell say corner, so I remember I jumped and I was like a little corner. I said, Jeremy.
Yeah. You know, with you, Caleb, Jeremy, Tyrese, Flip, just the spacing on the court when we can open up these reads and you just making these passes has been good for us as well. And then attacking in transition. You know, like we talked about earlier, when you rebound and the way you rebound, as good a rebounder you are, it's one of our best offenses when you can rebound and really push in transition to kind of open up this attack. And then also, I'll give you a little bit of praise right here. You're one of the best transition three-point shooters I've ever coached.
It's my favorite shot.
And you can tell because of the way you shoot it. And it's one of our favorite shots because it's just backbreakers.
Yeah.
You know, these shots that within the course of the game just are demoralizing. You can see it right here, this kid from Syracuse. As soon as this ball goes in, you can just see his reaction. Yeah. You know, look at all of them. These are the ones that they're just daggers. And then to start the game, it gives the team confidence.
Yeah.
Like this was one of our big reasons we started so well against Pitt, that shot right there. It gets us going, it gives the team life. And it's one of the biggest things you can do. And then just like we talked about attacking, when you're getting to the rim with the ball.
Could have dunked that one.
You could have. Yeah. And then this three right here. Is this something you always done or is it something you developed more later?
I feel like I've always done it. When I played in high school, I had a point guard, Donovan Dent. He always found me in transition, so it was pretty easy. I just run the floor, and he'd always find me. So I think I've always kind of worked on it, and it's become my favorite shot.
Do you like it more off the dribble, or do you like when it's passed?
I mean, it's my favorite when I hit it off the dribble.
Yeah. That's pretty
just
good.
Like that, yeah.
But you can just see, look at the life it gives all the team.
Yeah.
And the Cameron. It's just one of those shots that when you can make it, it can change the game. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right, then moving off the ball for shots. You know, one of the things that you've also really good at, and that something we like to do is just put you in different screening angles to get you shots. And then we have, with Flip, one of the best big man passers.
Yeah.
So just getting him the ball, he's always willing to kick it out to you. And this by far, right here, this shot right here is my favorite shot of the year so far. Ryan made a great pass to you in this pocket, and I think everybody knew it was going in. You just look at the bit. There was no way this shot wasn't going in, and just everybody's reaction. And it was one of the loudest I've ever heard the Garden since I've been playing there and since I've been here at Duke. But nice. You can just see everybody's emotion here after you make that shot. Now, we talked about shooting in transition, and we talked about how you're shooting, but shooting on the move. Is it something you like to do, that you've always done? I'm really just trying to figure out, I've seen you play a lot, and I'm just trying to get the fans kind of insight on, how your game has developed and what you feel like has changed a lot for you, and then what you also feel like you've just kind of enhanced.
Yeah, I mean, most of my workouts now are kind of just movement shots.
Right.
Trying to get open, trying to find the right window. I think Flip's, when he gets in the post, he's always looking for me, so the defender usually is kind of looking at Flip. So I'm always just kind of find a little window for him to make eye contact with me.
Yeah.
So I just always work on those shots, especially since high school, and now more emphasis on it here.
Yeah. And your second biggest growth for me as a coach and being a defensive guy has been defensively. And I always tease you because we started the year only putting you on people that couldn't dribble. And now, as we've gotten towards the end of the year, we've been able to put you on the other team's best players a lot of the time. In this game at Pitt, a big reason we did such a great job is because of the job you did on their best player. And you were able to take, his threes away there. Not as much so here, but there at Pitt, you were able to take his threes away, and it changed the whole game for us. And that's why it was such a big thing. And then your ability not to quit on plays. Like that play right there, most teams that would be a layup, you're giving up, just you and Reese going after and you swiping at the ball and getting it back. It's a big time play there. And then we talked about this play earlier, we're down 4, 2 minutes to go, miss a free throw, and you come up with this ball. And this play right here, your ability not to quit, and then the next possession on defense, actually, the very next possession, you come up with this steal right here. And those two plays won us this game. They were kind of the start of what won us this game. Putting your body on the line. What has been these winning plays, defensive plays? What's your thought process on these?
Really, I mean, it's just trying to do anything to win.
Right.
On defense, if I see the gap and I can shoot it, I know they're trying to get it to the shooter, but I probably wasn't supposed to cheat it, but I saw the gap and I saw he was about to pass it. Could have dunked that one too, but I think I just always had a knack for winning plays, just trying to make the right play, and make the right read to win the game.
And going back to that Clemson play, like being down 4 2 minutes to go, or down 4 with 1:30 left. A lot of times most teams kind of think that's a dark place where you're not going to be able to win the game. Like, what's your mindset to keep playing through that?
Yeah, I was taught never give up on any game, play until the clock says 0. So I'm never down on myself, down on the team. Like, I always feel like we can come back and win. So if they have to start with me giving out energy for the team, then it has to be. So with that Clemson clip, I just saw I could get a steal, and just trying to make the right way to give Cameron energy, give our team energy to help win the game.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I'm happy to have you. Happy that you've been there, everything that you've done. I'm excited for the growth that you've taken throughout the year. And the year's not over, obviously, but continue to do that. But I've really been impressed with your approach and how you've gone through it. And I just kind of wanted to let you know that. I know I've told you before, but to tell you in front of everybody, a little bit different.
Most compliments he's giving me.
Got to keep you grounded somehow. But I just wanted to let you know it's been really exciting to watch you throughout the year and just seeing where you start and where you are now.
Yes, sir. Let's keep going.